Okay, babies, I think I need to kind of explain, why this video took so long, but if you don't want to hear that, just skip to this part of the video. Got it? Alright, so, yeah, now that they're gone, let's start the video. Peach. It's an exclusive plant that can be used in any world, which means it's not exclusive. So the thing I said about it being exclusive was a lie. I'm sorry about that. Now let me just say, even though the peach is this low on the list, he is extremely useful in the world he's obtained in. Drop this Chad of a lad down on stage and watch anything with the batteries in it fail to operate. The amount of mechs in this game that just absorb peas by the 1,000 is ridiculous, and just having someone who can disable them for like, let me count. Let's see how long it takes. Never mind, they're gonna be disabled for a while is the point that I was getting to. TLDR, he's extremely useful in his specific niche, but outside of that, he is entirely useless. Go ahead, try using him on someone that's not hiding in a mech. See what happens. Electric Caranta. I really like this man. In fact, some could say, I love this man. That grin she permanently holds is an inspiration to many, and honestly, when set up properly, he is a force to be reckoned with. As much as it hurts me to say it, she's one of the few plants that make garlic viable, and don't you dare say it's the other way around. Garlic doesn't make anyone viable. You need 2 of these lads to get him running, and any zombie that finds himself between these 2 electric currents will find themselves stuck in an electric I just realized that was a pun! Yeah, anyway, he's good when set up right, but other than that, he's too situational. Just laugh as she tries to defend herself. He's gonna die instantly. Nightshade. He's a melee-based plant that is outclassed by the better bros in the bunch. That actually sounds like a nice sitcom name. The Bros in the Bunch, filled in front of a live studio audience. Nah, it doesn't, never mind. Fortunately, his sun cost is low to compensate for his subpar strength, but the fact is that there's just better melee plants out there to use. I say subpar strength, but he's actually fairly powerful, but he's not reliable. You can't leave your house and just expect him to protect it from zombies, while you're on vacation. No, you're gonna leave, you're gonna come back, and he's gonna like spin twice and then die. Your house is gonna be infested by zombies, and if you just left another melee plant, maybe you could have come back home to a zombie-free environment. He's paired great with Moonflower, who is a very good plant that I'll talk about in like 2 years when I get to part 4, because Moonflower is not going to be on the lower side of the scale, that is for sure. With the Moonflower's help, he transitions from being slightly meh to actually considered good. Sadly, the boost he gets from Moonflower isn't enough to justify him over other melee plants. With said boost, he's able to transform from a melee-based plant to a long-ranged based plant, but at that point, just use another long-range plant. Alright, so I realize this whole transition thing is it's gonna keep getting annoying, so I'm just gonna speed it up for you guys. Sunbeam. I like this fella, but he still sucks. That's all next. I'm joking. I should have a little bit more to say about him. Just hold on, let me check the script. Okay, apparently I just didn't write anything down for him, so don't use him unless you wanna goof around and, not take the game seriously. But, to be fair, no one should be taking this game seriously. I mean, I don't think anyone does. His plant food ability is pretty cool, though. Never mind. Garlic. I know I put him down before, but I just really don't like him, so I want him sitting on the bottom 10 twice. Honestly, you could replace this whole bottom row with garlic, and I wouldn't care. It'd be fitting for how pathetically horrible this plant is. Lily pad. Lily pad? More like lily bad. Oh man. It's the best plant who's associated with the worst stage layout in the game. Lilypad is part of the water world. Water worlds are just bad in every game they're in, so you know that Lilypad had to be down by proxy. Honestly, the beach stage that you get Lilypad in is almost as bad as Garlic as like a person. Almost. No one's worse than Garlic, I'm pretty sure we established that by now. Pepperpot. I guess at some point I was bound to put down an offensive plant that can, you know, actually attack. And I'm gonna pretend that I didn't put down any attacking plants previously. That just didn't happen. Most of the attacking plants in this game can hold their own against the zombies. Some might not do it so well, but they can all get the job done when push comes to shove. This plant is no exception. If there's a few singular, you know, regular zombies on the lane, this Chad, he's not Chad, okay, he's not Chad, but this guy can take them down in a reasonable manner. He's not anything too fancy and not really notably bad, but he's just basically basic. Now, you know what? There's nothing wrong with being basic. Garlic wishes he was that. Pepperpot's fire-based damage is neat, and he packs a bigger punch than his cabbage counterpart. But it's the fire aspect of his attacks that hold him back. He has the passive ability to de-thaw any plants that become frozen, which is really good. It helps him stay in the fight. But he can also de-thaw zombies that get frozen, and I'm pretty sure one can come to the conclusion why that is annoying. He also relights the torch of torch zombies, and don't even get me started on torch zombies. Oh, just stop burning my plants. Just eat them like everyone else. What do you gain from burning them? Also, did I forget to say he costs 200 sun? I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about any of those upgrades, okay? Based Pepperpot cost 200 sun. Like, okay, sir, you're not worth that much. Crocodile. It's a guac. That's a croc. Interior Crocodile alligator. I want you to know now that all the plants that originate from this poor excusable world are going to be put low on my list by pure association alone. Luckily, there are only 5 plants in that world, so there's not too many to fish through. Fish. 2 out of the 5 plants are useful, and one of them is okay. And that one is Mr. Crocodile, the crocodile. He's a mix between your basic Peashooter and actually deals the same amount of damage, I think. I'm not gonna look it up. But you know, instead of peas he's shooting, they're guac seeds, I think. What makes him stand out is his urge to consume zombie flesh. Just like how most zombies are devout vegetarians, some plants yearn for the flesh of the undead. The croc is one of them. When a zombie gets close, he dives forward and cuts through the whole horde, dealing a respectable amount of damage. Good on you, croc. Good on you. You're not terrible. It's just the other plants make you look meh in comparison. Garlic. This plant actually sucks. He looks high 24/7, and the only use he serves is to be used as a sacrifice to buy time for a useful plant to do something. Anything other than nothing, which is what garlic does. Even doing absolutely nothing would be 10 times more useful than garlic's entire existence. Let that sink in for a moment. Fire Peashooter. There are a lot of Peashooter based plants in the game, and I mean, yeah, no duh. Next to Sunflower, Peashooter is basically the mascot of the franchise as a whole. The amount of press this one plant receives varies from wow to nice to why to just why. So a Peashooter was bound to find its way on the list eventually. Like a lot of other plants, I wouldn't say any of the Peashooters are bad. It's just others are better in comparison, and if I had to find the worst Peashooter, it would definitely be the Fire Peashooter. This lad is another one of the fire-based elements, but I'm pretty sure you got that from the name alone. It's not to say that I'm not a fan of the fire element as a whole in this game, it's just that, well, I'm not a fan of the fire element as a whole in this game. He deals more damage than his regular Peashooter counterpart, and his fire de-thaws any frozen plants that surround him. But he also thaws zombies and relights anything that is begging to be hit with fire, like a fire torch a zombie. Honestly, the fire element just seems to cause more good than it does at times. I mean, I meant harm. It causes more harm. No, I didn't mean good. The little extra damage this guy can pack is not worth dealing with the whole fire aspect fiasco. Unless you're going for an entire fire-based build, I would not suggest using him. Okay, I'm getting tired of being in this one spot recording, so let's speed this one up, boys. What's the next one? Let's hurry this one up. Grave Buster. Oh my god, I forgot about Grave Buster. Yeah, he is not supposed to be this high on the list, that's for sure. I mean, I could rearrange the list and put him lower, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. He's not worth the effort. Now, if I were forced to come up with a valid reason to put him up here to, you know, appease anyone who thinks I'm not taking this list seriously, like I'm not taking this list seriously, come on. I gotta say, his name is pretty radical. You know, Grave Buster. Say that 2 times fast. Grave Buster. his ability to eat graves is literally only useful in the early game. Past then, you'll be able to just obliterate through graves without using him. So, I mean, the only plant that's more useless than him is garlic. He should just pretend he's lower. Yeah, that's what you do. This is who brought this baby? Get out of here! This bumbling, bubble-filled baby doesn't deserve to belong in our big boy world. He just can't keep up. I mean, his cousins. Oh, I forgot about Spring Bean. This should not be happening back to back. Spring Bean, and now this guy is bad. Probably should have put him lower on the list, but I mean at this point the whole ranking is like a dead horse. He's a spring and a bean. Pretty well, it's pretty self-explanatory. If a zombie dares get up close, Spring Bean will spring them back. Cool, right? Well, he only springs them back one tile, so it's not that cool, but it's more of those things that a little person does. You know, it's cute when they think they're helping, but in reality they're barely accomplishing anything. But in this guy's instance, he actually does what he's born to do. It's just what he was born to do wasn't that helpful. Now, to be fair, occasionally he can insta-kill a few zombies. Occasionally. And only in specific situations when they're near a ledge. So you could say he does deserve to be higher up on the list. Now we're back at who were we talking about, you know, before Spring Bean? Yeah, Chili Bean. It's not even a pun name, it's just a chili bean. How original. Unlike how his cousin can only kill a zombie once in a blue moon, this baby boy can kill a zombie twice in a blue moon. Which basically means he's better. Okay, honestly, I'm understating his effectiveness. Chili Bean is a very good support plant to have on your team. He's willing, or unwilling, I'm not sure how he personally feels about being born to die, you know, sacrifice his life for the greater good. You're gonna have to ask him, not me. When he gets eaten by a zombie, the baby will cause whoever ate him to explode in a disgusting gas of baby musk. It'll insta-kill the undead and stall the rest of the horde. He's the type of guy who can really come in clutch. Okay. Oh my god. I'm done. I need to go. A person can only record so much in a given time without losing their mind, so yeah, I don't want to risk losing the little bit of brain power that I have, so I'm just gonna stop here. So yeah, expect part 3 in 7 to 9 months. I jest, knowing me, it'll probably be 6. With that said, I'll see you guys on the flip. But, you know, in the meantime, I'll end you off on a song I wrote and produced myself. It's called The Nut Song. I hate peanuts, apple nuts, hazelnuts, scuttlebutts, chestnuts, African walnuts, cress nuts, crusts and nuts, water chestnuts, liver nuts, licky cuts, Japanese cress nuts. Water is good for you, so you should stop eating that wood. Unlike me, I like fleas because I hate walnuts too.